She's like love, 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 and music. La la la, love, 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 love.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. What is this? Oh, my box of tissue. This is a box of tissue, people. Just ignore what Sam had me. But, hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner, and this is my review for my new favorite show, 911. This is season 1, episode 4. The show has, sorry. I am feeling better now, though, guys. The show has been picked up for a season 2, and there's nothing I love more than when a show I love, and it's in season 1, and I know I love it, but you be like, does everybody love it? Because you don't want to love a show, and no one else loves it, and then shit get canceled, and you pissed off, but it gets picked up for a season 2. So, yeah, 911 has been picked up for a season 2, and I'm very, very, very happy. Oh, sorry. My best friend just sent me a text message. We talk all the time. So, yeah. Karla, I'm going to check out the link in a minute. But, yeah. I'm all over the place. Probably because it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. And I'm giddy from just feeling better. You know, I've been feeling like crap since, like, Friday. So, it's good to be feeling a little bit better. I can breathe out my nose, all this other stuff. So, yeah. 911, Season 1, Episode 4. I hope everyone had a great day today. I went back to work today. I hope you guys went to work too. You're enjoying the work week. And if you have not done so already, please take a moment and just subscribe to my channel. You can also hit the little notification, little dingy button thing. It's like a little bell or whatever. So whenever I post a video, it just sends you a little notification so that you know the review for so-and-so is up. The review for so-and-so is up. Oh, she got a gossip you know, it lets you know what I have on, so you never have to miss the video. You can also like the video, and always put your comments below, and you can also share the video. I stopped saying that, and I'm like, girl, you have to keep saying that, okay? You have to keep growing your channel, you know what I'm saying? That's what we do here, so yeah. But let's get into this particular review. So the episode starts off and we see it's a plane up in the air. You see different passengers. It's a mom and her son. It's a little young couple trying to go be part of the Mile High Club. They're going to try to have sex in the bathroom. Little freak nasties. It's a little prick dude who, like, you know, even though, you know, they say, you know, everybody put the seatbelts on, put the tray tables up. You know, the whole rigmarole they go over when you are about to land. And you're like, you know, can I get someone to drink? Sir, no, sit your ass back. So, you know, you just see the whole plane and the stewardesses and the whatever. And then all of a sudden, shit goes left. And you like the plane and shit. And I am not a flyer. I have flown 3 to 4 times in my whole life. I don't like it. I do not like it. The last time I flew was in 2014 for our family reunion in Myrtle Beach, and I cried flying there, and I cried on the way back. Not like boohoo tears, but like I had my shades on and tears running down my face because I'm terrified of flying. And I'm like, y'all don't feel this plane shaking? Y'all don't like the plane finna crash? Because, you know, and I was sitting by myself. So yeah, I'm not a good flyer. So watching this kind of freaked me out. Because the plane just kind of all of a sudden, you know, it just went crazy. And I'm like, well, you know, the couple who trying to have sex in the bathroom, they ass gonna be dead or stuck because they was all the way up in there. You see like the little tray table thing flying down the little the walkway. I'm panicking and I ain't even on the goddamn plane. So I'm like, what's going on here? And it was just crazy. So the next thing that we see is Hen and Buck talking, and we see that Chimney is still in the hospital. He's getting better and everything, but we see Bobby sitting up there looking at a book with some names in it, and Buck is like, what is Bobby in this book? And Hen like, just leave it alone, you know, I made the mistake of asking about it when I first started. Just don't even do it. Y'all know Buck don't listen to nobody. So he went up and asked Bobby, like, Bobby, what's up with your book? And he like, none of your business. And he walked away, and then he says, well, you know, it's 47 names in there, but the book has room for like 148. Why does 48 names? He's like, you been reading my book? And he was like, yeah, you know, I took a peek Bobby don't play. Bobby hemmed his ass up on that wall. Was like, "Don't you ever read my book." I'm like, "Well, it is here. You can't be reading people books and Bibles and stuff. That could be a drug. You can keep his own secret stuff, and you can't be reading people stuff." And so, from there, they get called to the scene of this whole accident thing. So we then get the 911 call showing, hey, there's a plane crash. Oh, no, hey, I think the plane's gonna crash. We're too close to the buildings. We're getting too close to the buildings. Oh my God! And then the phone cuts off. So then it goes from there to and it goes 8 hours. But if you're not on SpongeBob, everybody who got kids or nephews and nieces and stuff, you watch SpongeBob, it was like 10 hours later. So this was like 8 hours before the crash. And we see Althea in her squad car, and she is at the bully girl house, outside the girl house. I'm like, Althea is really trying to get this girl. Like, she ain't got time for the bullshit. And Michael called her like, I've been trying to call you. Where you at? She's like, I'm at this bitch house, and I can't believe you won't believe where she live, and she's having a party, on a school day. I can't believe it. He like, you can't be at that girl house. What, you is crazy. And she said, you don't you want to see the bitch look on my face when I come strolling in her house? I'm like, and she said like it's all natural, like it's all normal. I'm like, Althea is, she's a lioness. She's protecting her cub. But I'm like, your daughter, you can't, this not going to help her. Girl, what did you do? Don't do it. But, you know what I'm saying? She ain't listening to me. She ain't listening to Michael. And she says, I'm a cop. I'm just doing my job, and I would not fail my daughter again. You saw those messages she sent. I need some water. She's horrible. I'm gonna do this. And then she hangs up the phone. Now she goes into the party, and when she before she goes in, we see the party. That everybody in there dripping in finesse. They got the Bruno Mars and Cardi B song playing. Got me dripping if all that's playing, and the little girl standing on top of a table smoking weed, they drinking. I'm like, these little fast-ass girls. And then somebody is invited who she don't like. And they're like, uninvite her. She's like, no, we'll go off on her later. I have to smack nobody all day. But see, I don't like her ass already. She's too big for a goddamn Bridget. Somebody need to smack her ass in the face. But, I don't believe in children being abused by adults. They just abuse them. You can't do that. So Althea's walking in. So the girl trying to hide the weed in her purse. She's like, oh, hi, officer. Was there something wrong? She's like, yeah, there was a noise complaint from the neighbors. No, there was a complaint about a disturbance from the neighbors. And she's like, no one's smoking weed here. She's like, who said it was weed that they smelled? And I was like, where's she going with this? And she was like, wait, what was the complaint? She said they said it was a stank hole living up here, bringing down the property values. I said, this bitch called her a stank hole and said she bring down the goddamn property value. And that's, hoes can bring down the property value because who wants to live next to a hoe? Because you a hoe, you got Johns and too many men, there's people with ain't no parking spaces. It's just too much. But I'm like, Althea, that's a whole child. Like, she the same age as your daughter. Girl, what is you doing? And she's like, what? And then she's like, and I guess that spell is you. I'm like, she is really going there with this little girl. So she's like, my daughter almost died. She's in the hospital because of you. We then see her daughter's best friend, former best friend was there. And she's like, that's so-and-so's mom. And she was like, so what do you think about that? The little girl said good. She was a punk-ass slut anyway. Now, see, at that point, she would have got slapped right across the face. Like, I would have, that's probably once. You don't want to lose your job for abuse because she would have lost her job, and she probably would have got filed some charges against her, too. So you couldn't slap her. But you should have brought another kid with you who could have slapped her. Okay, you should have brought your, I forgot they got her being held because she tried to kill herself. Well, damn it, you should have waited till your daughter was out and let her slap the little girl. You know what I'm saying? But, when she said that, Athena like, you're under arrest. I'm like, what you arresting the girl for? She arrests her. She said, because I saw you put that weed in your purse. She goes to the purse, get the weed, and she arrests the girl. And the girl said, my father's a lawyer. She's like, he's a fucking tax attorney. Girl, come on, let's go. And so she arrests the girl. Now, at the squad house, the girl is being arrested and everything. Her mom and daddy come in. First of all, her daddy is being played. Who was the guy? The guy from Jamie Foxx show. was it Braxton? Oh, that's who. And I'm like, I can't see him in any other character except, you know, the little was it Braxton? I can't remember what the boy name was, but you know, the light skinned guy who was like a little cracker, not a cracker, Lord Jesus, who was like a square. Jesus Christ, I say stuff that's just crazy sometimes. So they come in and mama fussing fighting. The day like, you know, I want her released immediately. But I'm like, you know, you did this as some kind of revenge. Althea, like, she's in process. She's gonna go through the whole thing like anybody else. She was arrested for possession of a controlled substance. I mean, she did have weed on it, and let's be honest, you know, she did. So the fact, like, you know, I played golf with one of the top, you know, attorneys, and she was like, I don't care, get out of my face. The mom like, you know, if you know, the father then said, you know, the mother does say, is this some kind of payback because of what happened to your daughter? You know, my daughter had nothing to do. She's like, don't talk about my daughter. The husband then says, if this was an issue with our children, you could have came to us first. Like, oh, like the other parents did? And you didn't do nothing? And they looked surprised. Like, yeah, I did my research. I talked to the other parents. So I guess the other parents have been complaining about the little girl to the parents, and they ass didn't do nothing. And then she was like, you know, your daughter is, she said, your daughter is Satan. She said, oh, who's Satan in there? I'm like, you call that girl the devil? Okay, Jesus. And then she like, you know, the other parents complain about Satan. Y'all didn't do anything. You know, y'all feel her. Y'all didn't do anything for her. And she's a nightmare. And she's like, so, you know, get out of my station. And then she walks away because she's now being called with the whole plane crash situation. So from there, you know, she goes to the airport because she's trying to like handle the crowd at the airport. Because, you know, you have the plane crashing. You have people who have to wonder what's going on. You have planes that then can't leave the airport. So they have to, you know, of course, get the police down there to get things just in order. So from there, we see the plane crash into the ocean or into the river, whatever it is there, and it's kind of split in half, and this is kind of crazy. The plane is split in half, it's sinking, you know what I'm saying? It's also on fire. You have the water on fire because it's fuel in the water, so it's pockets of fire. You see people that are on top of the plane trying to not get in the water, but because the plane is also sinking, all the people standing on the plane is helping the plane sink. It was a full-on mess. So you have Buck and Hen and Bobby in the water, also with the Coast Guard. They trying to save everyone, or everyone they can save, just to get some survivors somewhere. You know, you have people that's in the plane who can't be saved. Some people are in the plane, locked in their seats, drowned. You have some who are trying to it was a full-on mess. It was crazy. But we see how, you know, of course, Buck, Bobby, and Hen trying to save lives. The couple who was trying to bang is still locked in the dang on bathroom, banging to get out. Y'all should have been trying to bang. You want to be a part of the Mile High Club? You could have just touched her vagina, her seat. I mean, you didn't have to go to the bathroom. That is horrible. But I feel like, you know what I'm saying, if y'all ain't do it the whole plane ride, don't do it now. Sit your asses down. You supposed to sit your asses down. Y'all had all the time to be up, walking around, back and forth. Y'all sit y'all ass down somewhere. So, we also see a mother who her seat is caught. Her son is there. The son is able to get out, but the son doesn't want to leave the mom. And Bobby like, you know, can we get him to leave? So the mom like, look, I need you to leave. I'll be right behind you. You know, I need you to listen to me. I love you. I love you. I love you. But I need you to leave because they can't help me if they worried about you. So that was the mother's plea to her son. So the son leaves. They do get the people out the bathroom. Last minute ditch effort. They do get the lady who's stuck in a chair, even though she almost drowned and Bobby almost drowned trying to save her. But luckily Buck came back and said, you know, tie this around her. I tied around you. It worked. Just trust me. But as he's saying that, the water is overtaking all of them. And so Buck is being dragged away. And then all of a sudden the Coast Guard pulls him up to safety. And we see Bobby is there. And he's holding the mother. I'm like, okay. Everyone made it out. But it was, I mean, and that's a reason why I'm scared of planes. I'm looking like, I don't want the plane to crash. Because I can't swim all that well in the ocean like that. And, you know, it's just crazy. But I've never been a fan of flying. I'm just like, if I can drive there, am I supposed to go? You know, once I get married and I have to go on a honeymoon, then I won't mind flying. But I'm like, I ain't for that bullshit now. So yeah. We then see like it's like 3 minutes before the plane crash, and it's a passenger who's calling 911. Like, is this call recorded? You know, is this call recorded? She's like, yeah. What's the emergency? He's like, I'm on a plane. I think the plane's gonna crash, but I want to leave a message for my wife. And since it's recorded, can you just let me talk to her? And so Abby, of course, got the call, and she's like, okay, sure, go ahead. And he's like, my wife is pregnant. I was on my way home to her. She's worried. Someone will need to be with her when she has a baby. He's like, I don't think I'm going to make it. I don't think I'm meant for the rest of. I'm not meant to be in life for long. So but my love will last forever. It was beautiful. Like, my love is gonna surpass, me not being physically present on this earth. I love you. I love our daughter. Like, be strong. I'm like, it almost made me cry. I'm like, it's so sad. So Abby listening, he's talking, and then the phone go dead. I'm like, oh, that mean the plane crashed. So we see that whole sad moment. We then see a later scene where Abby calls Buck. And I'm like, why Abby always calling Buck when he on the scene and working and stuff? It gotta be some rules and regulations that gotta be breaking when her keep calling him. And not only that, him answering his goddamn phone. I would be very upset if I was somewhere on the scene and the goddamn firefighter was on the cell phone talking to a girl. I would be pissed off. But anyway, she done calling for a social call. She's like, I know you're at the site. I'm wondering if you can help me find someone. She's like, a caller called. His name is D whatever. And he was trying to leave a message for his wife, like a dying message for his wife. I just want to know if he made it. And he's like, I'll see what I can do. So he was like walking around trying to find the person. And is that what I was talking about? I'm so sorry. So yeah. He go looking for the person, and he finds the person with the list of survivors. And he's like, okay, this is the name, is the name on your list. And she's like, you know what, that name, it sounds familiar. So I'm like, oh, cool, great, So she's looking through her list. She's like, oh, no, his name is on the other list. His name's on the list of deceased people. I'm looking like, oh, god damn, y'all just made me sad. Damn it now. So, he called Abby back and said, I'm sorry, but, unfortunately, he didn't make it. I'm like, god damn it. Damn it now. So we then see Abby call, some kind of way the wife finds out that there's this 911 call, and so she comes down to the 911 center, and she's like sitting at Abby's station in the 911 center, and she listens to the song, to the message. And she's like, listen to what he said. And she's, of course, getting teary-eyed and sad. And you can see when the line goes dead, she kind of just breaks down crying. I'm looking like, god damn it. Okay, now I had 2 tears. Okay, it was 2 tears heading down. Because I'm like, it was so, so sad. And she broke down, and Abby was consoling her. So I'm like, god, you're really sucking down my tears. Now y'all playing too damn much. So, from there, yeah, because we see the mother and son reunited, because, Bobby said the mother and son, and he's looking at the mother and son, and you can tell it's affecting him in some kind of way. I don't know if it's affecting him in a way of, I'm so happy I saved this person's life, or if he's looking at it as, I was able to save this family, but I couldn't save whoever else, and so I'm sad, because there were so many dead bodies. At one point, Buck said, I didn't think the victims' bodies would be, intact. It makes it harder one way or the other, because some are intact, some aren't, and it's just a lot. It's a hard, hard day with all these. There was like 150 people on the plane, and it was only like 20 survivors. So it's like all, all this death and devastation, and the plane was torn apart, and the fire is in the water, and it's just all this stuff going on that they're having to work through, work in, work around, and not let the carnage affect them, because they're trying to save other people. So in the aftermath of that, and you're like looking around like, well, damn it, I saved that life, but it's 15 bodies over there, and I saved that mother and that son, but this person who's pregnant just lost her husband. It was a lot going on. So yeah. So We then see Althea, and she gets called to another plane for disturbance. And she's thinking it was because someone was just angry and wanted to get off the plane. It was, acting a fool or whatever. So she get there, it's like, okay, what's going on? She see the airport security dude then duct tape the passenger to his seat. And she like, why the hell is he duct taped? Well, he was trying to get the plane, and he can't leave the plane, and he assaulted me. And somebody said, I got it all on video. So she pulled out her camera, and she let Althea watch it. They had been on the tarmac for 8 hours. They weren't being let off the plane. They were not being told why they couldn't get off the plane. And he was trying to fly home with his father's dead body, which was below the plane. He was mad because he like, y'all let my father's body decay down in this damn plane, like y'all don't care. Like, we need to get off the plane and get somewhere else. My father's dead body is below in cargo. And the cop overreacted. It was a white cop, and it was also a white guy or whatever. Was he white or was he? I can't remember. It was a white cop. And, when the guy said, here, talk to my mom, tell her why we can't get back with my dad's body. And the cop, like, knocked him down, put him in hand. It was crazy. And she's like, that escalated pretty quickly on your end. He's like, well, look, the CEO of the airline said that no one could lead the plane. She's like, the fucking CEO of the air. She's like, since when you take orders from the CEO of an airline? She was like, they aren't airport security or airport authority. She's like, with the price of peanuts and the price of tickets, and ain't no damn foot room, and ain't all the issues that people have with airlines, and you on their side to not let these people off, that's bullshit. So she's like, he get off this plane, and the cop like touched her. She was like, if you touch me again, we gonna have an issue, okay? Althea not to be fucked with, okay? She don't play them games. Leave her be, okay? Don't you do it, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I think sometimes she go into Tina Turner mode, like, hey, leave me fucking alone, So it's great to see her, every week on this TV show. And she's like, matter of fact, he's under arrest for, disruptive whatever. Matter of fact, all the passengers are under arrest, and they're all coming with me. And she takes them all off the plane. I thought that was great. It's a great moment and everything. We then see Bobby, and Bobby is standing at the edge of the beach, facing the water, seeing the plane and all the carnage, the kind of the aftermath of it, and he's just standing there. And it goes from him standing there, just looking out. My battery always low. It goes from him standing there, looking out, to he's now at home, and he's like cooking some food, and you hear a daughter saying, Dad, what's wrong? Why are you sad? And he's like, oh, I had a hard day. She's like, is it because of the plane crash? That was really hard, huh? And he's like, yeah. And it went from that scene to, and then he was sitting at the table drinking. Now remember, he's in episode 1, he said how he had been sober 18 months after having a, hard time being, just drugs and alcohol, all this craziness. So he's breaking his sobriety because this day of firefighting in this horrible plane crash was just too much for him. And I'm like, it must have brought back some memories. We don't know a lot about him. We don't know why he was talking to a daughter who wasn't there. It was imaginary. We don't know why. At one point, Chimney brought up, we haven't even met your family, and we see he don't have a family in his house, so we don't know. So I'm pretty sure there's much more to learn about him going forward. We then see Althea get called into her boss office. Now I'm like, it can be about her taking them goddamn passengers off the plane, or it can be about her arresting a little girl. So, her boss is like, the airlines called, blah, 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 but I don't care, I saw the video, you were totally justified in taking all the people off the plane. So for that, you're fine, I don't care. It's like, oh, okay, well, thanks. And then she goes, she's like, but you're not going to be happy about this. And she's like, what? She was like, we checked the log, there was no call for disturbance in that area, so you had no reason to be there. She's like, you basically use your authority as a police officer to illegally go into someone's home and arrest their child. I'm looking like, God damn it, Althea. You broke the law, girl. You could have at least had someone fakely call 911 and say, it's too much noise going on, and I think somebody over here smoking some weed. Can you go check some things out? You could have at least did that, but she wasn't thinking. She ain't do that. So the captain's like, because of this, we have to put you on like administrative leave. You'll be working the desk, until we can get it straightened out or whatever. And then she was like, you left me no choice. I'm like, technically she didn't. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I would have like caught a ride home, but I would have did it like in a regular car, and I would have like a bottle of this hot water, I would have had like hot water balloons, and I would have just threw them at her. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's illegal. I think you can legally do that without getting one jail, cause could it be assault? I don't know, but I would not have used my cop authority to go to the girl house. I think that was too far. Even though it was funny, and the girl did look like she was pissed off and she was terrified. But still, Athena, come on now, girl, you gotta be smarter than that. So, we then see Hen and Buck looking for Bobby, because Bobby ass ain't come to work. And they knocking on his door, and he not answering, and they calling his phone, and they hear his phone is at least in the apartment. So Buck like, I'm gonna kick the door in. He was like, no, you can't keep trying to do that. She's like, I have a key. We exchanged keys in the beginning in case we, either of us never, someone did make it home. So they walk in, they're like, Bobby, apartment spick and span basically, and they look, and he in his room on the bed, knocked out, drunk sleep. So they put him in the shower. He wakes up, and they're then sitting in his living room, like, what's going on? And he was like, and like, how long has it been? And he's like, yeah, 18 months. He had been sober 18 months, like 18 months, it's been a long thing, but it's okay. I'll be fine. They're like, well, yeah, everyone has their breaking points, The airplane was really, really bad. The crash was really, really bad. He's like, yeah, it's okay, It was a one-time thing. I'll be great. I'll be fine. I'm great, guys. I'm great. And they're looking at him like, you ain't, that's not really true. And then both Hen and Buck both say, it's okay if you need some time. And then I think Buck said, you can always ask for help once in a while. And then he just said, help. And started kind of, he had that breakdown moment. And I'm looking like, oh. And then Buck and Hen come to a side and hug. Because I'm like, he's always there for everyone. He's the captain. And he was having a hard time seeing what happened. And he was trying to keep it all to himself so much that he fucked around and had a drink. And, it was good to see him ask for help. Again, I want to see where his character goes. This is great. So, the last scene we see, Abby gets home from work. It's been a long day for her as well. She walk in and she looks tired. And Karla's like, oh yeah, your mom's in the back. She'll be asleep soon. I have the little whatever on television. She'll be asleep. But then she looks at her. She was like, oh, you look tired. She's like, you know what? I can stay a little bit longer. Don't worry about it. And she's like, no, you go home. Don't worry about it. I'll handle it. So she goes and she sits down. And Karla comes back in. She's like, no, no, I'm going to get you to bed. And then I'll take the late shift. She was like, Karla, just go home. And she's like, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to snap. She's like, I'm just tired. She's like, no, but I'm so grateful for you. I just, it's fine. Go home. You go have some fun and relax, and it'll be fine. Karla leaves. Her mom was like, you're always snappy when you're tired. I remember that. I know you think I don't remember things, but I do remember things even when you were a baby. And she's like, okay, Mom. You're always right, Mom. And she's like, that girl always leaves it so warm in here. It's like, her name is Karla, Mom. She's like, well, whatever her name is, she keeps it warm in here. I'm hot. I'm burning up. Can you, I'm hot. Mom, go to sleep. I'm going to cut it down in 1 minute. Just relax and go to sleep. Abby ass dozes off. So she wakes up like 3 hours later. And she gets up and she stretches and everything. And then she turns, looks, and her mom's bed is empty. She's like, Mom? And she's running around, Mom? Mom is gone. Mom gone, the door open. Mama ass probably was hot, was having a goddamn heat stroke, and said, I gotta get up out of here because you didn't cut the goddamn heat down. So I just, didn't do whatever. But I think when Karla left, Abby didn't get back up to lock the door so that her mother couldn't get out. And she just fell asleep. and she didn't get up and cut the air on or cut the heat down either. So, you know, and that's how the episode goes off with Abby seeing the door open, her mom was gone. Oh shit, what's gonna happen? So, can't wait for the next week's episode, but I'm going to end it here. It is currently 3:30. Well, technically it's 3:23, but still, that's like 3:30. And get this video uploaded, so I hope you guys enjoyed. Until next time, I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner. Peace.